Hello, I'm Claire Smith and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to continue my perfume collection video for 2021. So I've already done part one where I talked about this side of my fragrance collection, which are the lighter, more summery scents, and I'm going to move on to the darker, more wintry scents today. And if you haven't done already, then please consider subscribing. And if you're already subscribed, then thank you very much for coming back. I really appreciate it. Let's get on with part two. This fragrance is a Mugler one. This is Eau Croisière 2020. So this one is supposed to be fig, but really to me it's kind of verging on a green pineapple rind almost, or maybe even a green coconut. This is the original Angel, this is an EDP. So this one really does have a lot of patchouli, and yeah, I just get a lot of bergamot at the top and a bit of honey. Totally vintage. A lot of people hate it. I can see why. But yeah, I enjoy this one. So that's Angel. This next one is Loverdose, the tattoo version. So this is in a black bottle, and then obviously there's a red kiss that I've already talked about that's in the red bottle, and the original Loverdose, which is in the purple bottle, which you've already seen. So this one is a rice fragrance. If you want a custard rice pudding, this is the fragrance for you. It's really, really cheap now. I think it's been discontinued. But yeah, it's readily available. So yeah, if you like a really gourmand smelling vanilla pudding kind of scent, then try a Loverdose tattoo. So this one is probably my cheapest ever fragrance from new. So I think this was something like $7.99. This is Sarah Jessica Parker's Covet Pure Bloom. So I used to have Covet, but I used it up. Covet is a very different fragrance. If you've tried Covet and you didn't like it, then I would try Covet Pure Bloom, because this one is a tuberose and mandarin scent with a bit of, I think there's a bit of plum in here, and there's also a bit of coconut, but it's more of like a coconut water, and it's on a musky base. It's quite you know, basic floral, but it's really good for every day. It's really good for going to work or something like that. And yeah, I love the bottle. I know it's kind of tacky, but I love the purple bottle. This one was another one that was super hyped on YouTube. I think it's gone out of stock most places now, but this is a 30ml of DSquared2 Want with the billiard ball lid. So this is a deep gourmand vanilla with a sort of almondy feeling to me. Delicious, but in a very offbeat kind of way. This one is one that I've been thinking about for ages, and I just saw it opportunistically in a shop, which is probably not the way to buy fragrance really, is it? But I think they were repackaging the bottles, and so this was discounted and I just ended up grabbing it. Really pleased I got this one. I was shocked. It smells like sweets. It smells like Parma Violet sweets. That is entirely what it smells like. It's just a really sweet violet fragrance and just makes you feel like a fairy for sure. All the reviews, believe them, because that's exactly what it smells like. This fragrance is one that I saw the fragrantician talk about, and she's got a really good video actually where she talks about this fragrance. I really recommend checking out that video. I'll link it in the description box below. And yeah, she made this sound right up my street. So this has raspberry, but it also has caramel, and it's kind of, it smells a little bit, not sea, but kind of, not salty, but marine. I'd say it's like marine smelling. Definitely something to make you feel like, you know, a very gourmand kind of mermaid. It's not super heavy on the caramel. It's just got the right level of sweetness to me. I'm not a massive fan of super sweet fragrances, so this one is definitely one to check out. So that's Nina Ricci Chant. This one is a raspberry milky fragrance. It's got cardamom in it as well, which just gives it a little bit of a spicy edge to it. It's very gently spicy. It's not anything that's going to blow your socks off, but I think this one gets better with the more you wear it. It feels very fun, and yeah, something that you can wear on a night out. So that's Cacharel Yes I Am. This one is Marc Jacobs Decadence. So I've heard that this one's been discontinued now, which is shocking really, because I feel like this fragrance was probably one of the better offerings from Marc Jacobs. I mean, I do have quite a few Marc Jacobs fragrances, but I feel like that one really stood out as something very different for him. So that fragrance is a saffron plum fragrance with vetiver. To me, it feels very unisex. It's not edgy, but because it's Marc Jacobs, but you know what I mean. It's got that masculine edge to it, which I always think is just really nice in fragrance. This one is Scandal by Night. Again, this one was super hyped on YouTube, wasn't it? So this one is a honey tuberose bomb of stickiness. Really delicious, got a bit of medicinal cherry note in as well. If you like honey, I'd definitely check that one out. This one is a flanker of Black Opium. So this is the Eau de Parfum Intense. This one is just a little bit less coffee to me. It's just everything that's in Black Opium, but with more of an alcoholic edge. So it's supposed to have absinthe in it. Yeah, it's different. And actually, I think I do prefer this one, I think, at the moment. But I think maybe just because I'm a bit Black Opiumed out and this one's a little bit different. But I kind of want to try the neon as well. So this fragrance is C by Giorgio Armani. Really boozy smelling. To me, it smells a bit like a red wine, or even sometimes like a really dark beer. So this is a Chypre blackcurrant fragrance, almost sticky in its feeling. I think it's been reformulated now, but this is one of the original formulations. I really love the bottle as well. I love the kind of accent tops. This one is Gourmand Lover's Dreams. This is Bonbon. So this is a really heavy orangey scent. I love the bottle. This is by Victor and Rolf. I've always wanted this bottle, so I think that's really why I bought it. The scent itself, I could kind of take or leave. You've probably smelt something like this before. It's of its time, I feel like, Bonbon. But yeah, I love the bottle. So this is the Scent for Her by Hugo Boss. This one is osmanthus and also a bit of peach, I think, or apricot. It's just really fruity smelling to me. It's got a creaminess to it as well. I like this one, but I think that most people prefer the Private Accord. So that's the chocolate orange one. I'm put off by buying any more of these because of the longevity issues. This next one is one that I very rarely wear, but I absolutely love when I do wear it. And you know when someone's wearing Black Orchid or even Velvet Orchid. It's just so distinctive. And I really feel like this one is definitely unisex. I know it's marketed to women, but for me, this is very, very unisex feeling fragrance. It's got the kitchen sink in this one. I'm not going to go through the notes, but absolutely delicious. If you haven't tried it, just go in a department store and have a spray, knock a few people out. So this is Aura by Mugler, and this is definitely one that I fell in love with. So before lockdown, I would regularly go into stores and spray this one and then walk away. And I also had some samples. So in lockdown, when I couldn't go into stores, I ended up using up all the samples. And then I'd somehow won a competition at work and I had a £50 Amazon voucher. And I bought this ginormous bottle of Aura. And yeah, this one is just a delicious green smelling vanilla fragrance. A lot of people don't like this. I can definitely see some resemblance to Decadence over there. But this one, I think, just has an edge on Decadence. Just delicious. And I really love the bottle as well. The green heart just is stunning, isn't it? This fragrance is Jimmy Choo EDP. This is a really sort of toffee, sweet scent, but it's also got a pear note that reminds me of, like chemicals, basically. I'm not averse to chemical smells. I think that I like working in a lab, and this kind of reminds me of being in a lab. It's very ketone-y to me. So this is, toffee, patchouli and pear with, I think, a little bit of orange in it. But I bought this to replace the Jimmy Choo flanker that I had, which was Stars, which had more of a candied orange feel. And I don't like this one as much as Stars, or as I did like Stars. But yeah, I do still wear this occasionally, but not very often. This one is Versace Crystal Noir, and this is the EDT version. I think the EDP now has been discontinued. So this one, I know it doesn't have coconut in it, but to me the fig comes off as a coconut. And yeah, it's just lightly spicy scent, but it's just an all-rounder. It's something you can wear at all times of the year. In fact, I think it actually smells better to me in the spring, summer than it does in the autumn, winter. But yeah, an all year rounder, and definitely something you can wear in all different situations. It could be a casual fragrance, or it could be a night out, or it could be a dinner fragrance. I think it's just stunning, this one. This is definitely one of my favourites. So it's Crystal Noir by Versace. This fragrance is Miss Dior by Dior, and this is the Eau de Parfum, and this is the 2012 version. So this is just Dior duping Coco Mademoiselle in a way, isn't it? So it's just a rosy, orangey scent with lots of patchouli. Very, very refreshing, sparkly kind of scent. Feels effervescent almost. So don't wear this one very often. Feels a bit too classy for me sometimes, but I do really like it. So that's Miss Dior by Dior. This next one is Narciso Eau de Parfum Poudre. This one is just a really musky fragrance with a little bit of rose. It smells like a makeup-y kind of scent. This line is sort of hit and miss with a lot of people, but I think if you don't like the original Eau de Parfum, maybe try the Poudre, because I think this one's a little bit more approachable. This next fragrance is probably a great dupe for Narciso Poudre, but this one is a sweeter version, and it's got rice in it, and it's just a bit more creamy smelling than the Poudre. I would say this one smells more like an expensive baby powder to me. But yeah, I bought this one before the Poudre, and I kind of wish that I hadn't. I wish that I just got the Poudre. But yeah, this one's really inexpensive. I think a 40ml bottle is something like 14 or 15 pounds. It's not expensive at all. So this fragrance is Elisab Le Parfum, and I bought this one after doing my honey scents video. A lot of people were saying to me, get this one, because it's one of the best honey scents out there. And yeah, I totally agree. So this is an orange blossom fragrance with honey and some patchouli. That's quite a classy one, I think. I think that's a lot of people's favourites. So that's Le Parfum by Elisab. Nearly there, guys. So the next one is Petite Robe Noire, and this is the plissé variant. So this one I think has pretty much everything that the original has. I can't remember what the difference is because I don't own the original. But yeah, it's just that tea version of La Petite Robe Noire, more so heavy on the tea, more refreshing for summer. So La Petite Robe Noire is the classic kind of combination of the cherry and the almond, isn't it, with the licorice, and I think this one does have all three of those ingredients, but I wouldn't swear to it. But yeah, I've been wearing this one in spring. I don't reach for it that often, but I do enjoy it. So that's La Petite Robe Noire Plissé. This next one is the deep dark sister of La Petite Robe Noire. So this one is the Black Perfecto variant. So people describe this as a dark cherry scent with a leather jacket. I definitely get the leather. I would say that it's quite light on the cherry, and I would describe it more as a powdery fragrance, so more of like a powdery rose cherry rather than a cherry. If you're looking for a really strong cherry, I don't think you're going to find it in this fragrance, but yeah, I do like it. That's Guerlain's La Petite Robe Noire Black Perfecto, and that's the EDP version. This next one is quite new to me. So this is Lolita Lempicka Elle l'aime à l'extrême. So this fragrance is basically the same as Elle l'aime, but it doesn't have the coconut. So this one is just a very heavy white floral kind of fragrance. I think it's got some ylang ylang in it. I'm not really too sure. I've not really tried this one very much. I've worn it a couple of days, and it's been just, yeah, nuclear in kind of sillage and lasting power. This one is Gucci Guilty Absolute Parfum, or Parfum, if you're being a little bit more French. This one is a dark fruit patchouli fragrance. I think it's also got a little bit of rose in it, but yeah, this one really surprised me. I really feel like this one is very unisex as well. So if you like a really feminine fragrance, this is probably not going to be for you. But this one is like, this means business. The lasting power isn't fantastic on this, but you know, I really don't mind because it's just such a beautiful fragrance. But yeah, definitely a very autumnal feeling fragrance. Something I'm definitely going to be reaching for September, October, that kind of season. And the next one is Elizabeth Arden Fifth Avenue Royale. So this is definitely a YouTube made me buy it kind of fragrance. People described it as almost incensey, very classy smelling fragrance. I definitely go with that. I think it's punching above its weight for its price point. If you've never tried Elizabeth Arden fragrances, I think you could try this one. And I think if you like darker fragrances, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. It doesn't have the projection or the lasting power that I was expecting for this one. But yeah, I really have enjoyed it. So Fifth Avenue Royale by Elizabeth Arden. Ah, no, there's one more. So I also have this fragrance. So I also have Black XS by Paco Rabanne, and this is the EDT. This is a really old bottle. And as you can see, it's all a bit leaky. So I keep it off this because I didn't want to damage the wood. And this is a cranberry, almost chocolatey fragrance, but with patchouli. I don't wear this one very often, but I've kept it so far. So that's Black XS by Paco Rabanne. So I think that's all of my full-size bottles. I do have a few teeny tiny bottles to show you just here. So I have a couple of these Flower Bomb by Victor and Rolf. And I have also this Jean-Paul Gaultier Classique bottle. I think this is the Eau de Toilette. So that's just a vanilla-y orange fragrance. Sorry, this one is more of a patchouli heavy floral patchouli fragrance. And this one is Prada Infusion d'Iris, and this one is the older formulation. But yeah, this to me smells very much like Johnson's baby shampoo in the dry down. But yeah, more interesting than that sort of initially, but that's what you get in the end. So this one is 4711 Eau de Cologne. I really feel like I've got a larger bottle of this, but I don't know where it is. So this is supposed to be a dupe for, or probably more accurately, Tom Ford's fragrance is a dupe for this one. I think it's, I don't know, I'm going to put it up on the screen and which one this is a dupe for. I can't remember which one it is. And this one is Paloma Picasso by Paloma Picasso. So this is a really old fragrance, I think from the 80s. This one is civet and castoreum and all the things I don't like, but I keep this one because it reminds me of my great uncle. And this one is the classic La Vie est Belle. So this is, you know, the really super sweet ethyl maltol bomb of patchouli and orange blossom. I like La Vie est Belle, but I don't wear it very often. It's just something that I reach for occasionally. But yeah, I don't get the hate for this fragrance at all. There's a reason why it's popular, and there's no problem with wearing popular fragrances for sure. And then the last one is just this mini of Lola, which I probably will never get onto, but you know, I just keep it because of the bottle and I think it's cute. So that concludes my perfume collection for 2021. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, then please consider subscribing. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back and for watching this incredibly long video. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.